Sal, Grimes County Sheriff. I just want to brief all of y'all on the latest updates. We have finished about the fifth round of ground searches with dogs, manpower, and aerial, helicopter, uh, other sources. We have not found anything. As I told y'all earlier, we had a couple of land areas that were concerning with dog scent. We checked them again. We've gone over and over and over. And Mr. Tim Miller with Texas Equisearch will kind of brief you on what they have done with the other teams to go over what we've gone over last night, yesterday, today. And we have drained the one pond of interest. It might have been of concern. We finished that about 35, 40 minutes ago. The child was not found in the pond, which is good news. It was a concern. We had to deduct that from the possibilities of. And so that's really all I have. We're reconning back here, as you see, to go to Plan B for the evening. We'll be running people through here at night like we did last night. We'll have another team coming in the morning. We have our investigators working on parts of this case. We have our searchers working on parts of it. We have our documenters documenting everything, and we're trying to keep you folks informed. I do not have any more information on anything. There's been no tips. There's been no rumors. There's been no facts come up that give us anything to go on. I'm not saying we're concluding anything. I'll say we're staying here till we find him, however long that takes. We welcome y'all. The crew earlier, I said, please let the media do our voice, tell the public. We have an organized structure of searchers, a really confined area, largely wooded. The volunteers have really been wonderful about wanting to come out, but we have to kind of keep it toned down to not let it get confusing, especially for the dogs and the searchers. This is still a rescue. It is not a recovery. Some people asked me that a while ago. This to be crystal clear. We're still looking for that young man. We're just conducting process of elimination of all the things of interest. Now, that's about all I know at this time. Is there any questions I may ask? If not, Mr. Miller would like to say a few words.
Question.
Yes,
I know
ma'am.
you were there when the mother was speaking with us, and
Yes, ma'am.
kind of alluding to Queenie. That's why they
She's,
have taken her child. Is there any evidence, tire marks, or anything to indicate that this may be an abduction?
ma'am, she was saying that. Bless her heart, she had emotions running rampant, as you saw. She was just, and she felt that way. But we have absolutely no facts, no clues, no evidence of that being true. We've canvassed the area with houses that have cameras. We pinpointed the times. We pinpointed phone calls. The partners, law enforcement partners, for example, included invited the FBI to come in, Rangers, state police, local law enforcement, my agency, our investigators, Homeland Security. We've got a team of colleagues that is just phenomenal in the law enforcement side. So every avenue of resources are being used, and until that is proven, we got something going. But we've not got any 911 calls, no Crime Stoppers tips, no snitching from the underworld at this point.
How concerned are you that you're now into the second night in this particular?
Very, very. But we're not going to leave till we find him or find some conclusion.
You were talking about a body of water that you drained
Yeah.
earlier. Are there any other bodies of water?
We had a couple of small ones. We had a couple of small ones in the region area. They were checked out. We've had dive teams last night and today. They searched last night in long detail. And we drained it today, the one larger one. The smaller ones, they were more clearer. They were checked out, nothing there. A couple of above ground swimming pools, they were already checked out yesterday. So we like I said, the searchers have gone this way, this way, this way, overlap, overlap, overlap. This gentleman here's team has done that with us. So that's the tactical explanation I have so far. You know, the question you had about uh, Persons of interest, we're looking at anybody that might be a person of interest right now with our colleagues and the FBI on down and on up and everybody in between. We got a team of multi-agency investigators working on anything that may be factual. But any other
So,
questions?
Sheriff, let me ask you right now, knowing everything that you know right now, what do you think most likely happened?
I don't know. I got to be honest with you. We've checked out everything from chasing a dog, maybe getting in the woods. Unfortunately, we thought, sadly, he may have gone at that lake last night, yesterday evening. Fortunately, we processed elimination, pumping that thing out, is not there. That's good news. I'm not going to surmise. I just think everybody's prayers and thoughts should be continuing. Still a rescue at this point. Does that answer that? Okay. I don't know what else to say. Scout's on it. Yes,
I
ma'am.
heard you guys went house by house.
House by house, barn by barn, storage building by storage building, houses on blocks. We went under there. It's a wooded area, partly rural, partly suburbia, surrounded by rural. I think we've scared every deer, coyote, and rabbit to go elsewhere. We've checked every rabbit trail that could use the phrase rabbit trail as you could find from house to house to house. And then we overlapped that, cross-checked.
Sheriff, can you clarify the number of bodies of water that you all searched?
3. The main one was the one we just drained from yesterday. We started this evening, but a couple of little small, and then there's a couple of above ground pools that were not functional but had water in. We checked everything that could be checked out.
And lastly, with all, essentially you're saying every stone has been turned over, correct? Is there
Unless I missed a stone, we're going to find it tomorrow or tonight. We'll keep.
Is there any suggestion though of expanding the search in any way?
Well, we have expanded it, surrounded a little bit more, nothing much, but mainly we returned back to the origin this morning to start over again. The experts, this gentleman here and his teams and others have cross-checked that. Valid information, something I want our resources to be used properly and effectively. Manpower and support equipment, and we don't have anything that takes us out of here yet, or hopefully not. Maybe we find it here.
This is a continuing search.
He ran away from.
Sir?
What's the exact house that the boy ran away from? Which one is it on the street on Deer Park Lane?
It's a structure with a fence in front facing south. The boy has a fence around it. They return home. There's a couple other ones on each side of it, some across from it. Just a modern structure there.
This is a continuing search. You guys are not.
I'm sorry?
This is a continuing search. Overnight, you guys will be searching for him.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. We did that last night. We'll continue tonight. We'll have another team come in the morning.
How many people do you have searching for the kid?
I think there's probably, if I had to estimate, the command center has an exact number, but I try not to bother them on things like that. But I would say 100 a quarter, easy. That's not counting. That's law enforcement, including organized groups like Texas Equity Search and others, their colleagues. So I say 100 quarter, 150, easy. And then we have teams that relieve these guys and ladies, come back fresh in the morning.
How cute is he, guys?
Eye Cancer Facts is presented by Texas Oncology.
Oh, stop.
Breast cancer.
Sorry. Wasn't he the cutest little sheriff? I just fell in love with him the first time I watched him. He's like a real little grandpa. And yes, Mamma Mia. He does. The little boy reminds me of little AJ that was lost near Newcastle. I was gonna, I just shut the tab, but I had the footage of his mum, and she is like I would be, I think. It's just so sad for them. But hopefully it's nothing sinister and he's okay, and he's just like AJ was, and hiding in the, not hiding, but lost in the woods somewhere. Poor little guy. But for those of you who were here, not yesterday, day before, and we lost our cat, I was beside myself. So I've never lost a child like missing like that. So I can only imagine how bad it is. I'm just trying to find the one with his mum. Is this it? Yes. I'll share this, guys. Like this would be me, 100%. I probably wouldn't even be able to talk. Poor lady.
Mi corazón está roto, por favor, regrésenme a mi niño. Ayúdenme, por favor. Por favor, todos ayúdenme, necesito mi niño.
She's asking everybody to please help her find her baby. It's been a while, and she wants her baby to return.
Just the most devastating thing any parent can face. Araceli Nunez says she only looked away for a minute, and in that minute, her life changed forever. Good evening, Brazos Valley. Thank you for watching KAGS News at 6. I'm Elizabeth Tharp. We're now in hour 28 in the search for missing Grimes County toddler Christopher Ramirez. His mother, Araceli Nunez, you heard just a moment ago, heartbroken. The desperation, pleading for help in finding her son. More than 24 law enforcement agencies are just outside Plantersville to try to do just that. Bring Christopher back to his mother. Our newscast tonight dedicated to keeping you updated on the latest developments. We have team coverage tonight. KAGS reporters William Johnson, Epiphany Lachey, and our digital content leaders, Sierra Villarreal and Jacob Reyes. We'll start tonight with William. William was there when Christopher's mother made her cry for help and brings us the latest.
And Elizabeth, the search for 3-year-old Christopher Ramirez has been going on for over 24 hours. We got the chance to speak with the sheriff of Grimes County, but more importantly, Christopher's mother about their takes on the situation. Araceli Nunez, or Christopher's mother, shed light on the matter around 2 this afternoon at the 24-hour mark, speaking that yesterday, this all started when Christopher was chasing after a dog around 1:30 to 2 yesterday afternoon, and then she took her eyes off of him for just 2 minutes. Take a minute to think about that. 2 minutes, and then noticed he was gone. She then began chasing after him in a search, yelling for his name, only to really hear no response from Christopher. She now believes that Christopher was abducted, and she's asking anyone who has any information to please call the Grimes County Sheriff's Office.
Yo siento que alguien lo tiene, alguien lo escondió, se lo llevó.
She thinks somebody has her son and is hiding him from her.
Por favor, ayúdenme a encontrarlo, por favor.
She's begging for help, for somebody to please help her find
Pequeño,
her son.
necesita a su mamá, por favor,
He
ayúdenme.
needs his mom.
He doesn't think he is lost in the woods.
Usted no piensa que está perdido.
No.
She doesn't think
Él nunca va a la calle, nunca, si nosotros,
he's
nunca.
never outside of their property.
Nosotros no tenemos enemigos,
Doesn't have
no
enemies.
tenemos problemas con nadie,
have
no
problems
sé,
with
no sé
anybody.
qué pasó.
She doesn't know what happened.
Ay,
Does he ever play in
Él ha jugado en
nunca sale de nuestra
He never-
yarda,
never leaves the
nunca,
house.
nunca. Por favor, ayúdenme, por favor.
She's begging for your help.
Now, if you have any information about this case, you're encouraged to call the Grimes County Sheriff's Office at 936-873-2151. And this is really a hard situation for any mother to lose her son. And she and other law enforcement agencies and other groups are searching for Christopher. And as we learn more information, we'll be sure to update you on our website, kagstv.com. I'm reporting in Grimes County, William Johnson, KAGS News.
Thank you, William. Again, that was the mother of 3-year-old Christopher Ramirez that you heard from moments ago. And again, we're in hour 28 of the search for Christopher. We'll retrace the facts of this missing toddler case now. Authorities were called to the 10,000 block of Deer Park Lane near Plantersville in Grimes County just before 2 p.m. yesterday. Authorities were told Christopher was last seen chasing a neighbor's dog near a wooded area of the Firefox subdivision. The dog, though, returned late last night. Dive and rescue teams are on the scene to search any bodies of water within the search grid. Ramirez was last seen wearing a lime green shirt and red Mickey Mouse shoes. It is not known what color his shorts were, but it is known that Ramirez likes to play in and around vehicles. According to his family, and officials say they will search all vehicles, sheds, pools, and other hiding spots nearby. Christopher only speaks Spanish, but his mother says that he will respond to his name, Christopher. At this time, Grimes County Sheriff Don Sowell says they do not suspect foul play and believe Ramirez to be close by. Search parties, K-9 units, first responders, and a Texas DPS helicopter have been searching for Ramirez since he went missing. We will continue to update you throughout the day on our website, kxtv.com, and with your phone through our app. You can also keep track of our videos from the scene on our YouTube playlist, which will be updated throughout the day.
Yes, that's, I don't know, guys. 2 minutes. Did you guys catch that? She took her eyes off him for 2 minutes and straight away she thinks he's been kidnapped. The irony of that. You know, we've all questioned Donald Wells and Candace how many thousands of times about the 2 minutes and the fact that he said straight away, she's gone, someone's kidnapped her. And this is exactly what this lady's doing. It just blew my mind that it was the same 2 minute time span, which honest to God, I still do not believe, from Candace Wells. Oh, sorry, guys, it's in Texas, Priscilla, at Plantersville. I lived in New York City when my oldest was born, had to go to a skyscraper for something. There was a bank of elevators, and my son was a year and a half. He ran into an elevator just as, oh my God, Janet, I could imagine how fast your heart was pumping. So I waited by the elevators and someone brought him back down. Thank God. You did the right thing waiting in the same spot instead of jumping in another one. And yeah, but that would still be so scary. Yeah, that's true, Raz. Couple of seconds. Like even my little grandson did it to me in Target. And he thinks it's a big game and he'll go and hide under the clothes racks. And, you know, it might only be 3 minutes or 2 minutes, but it feels like you've been searching forever. So I really can't imagine how these poor women feel, and dads, when it is a legitimate missing child like that. You guys can probably hear my granddaughter and her friend. They're on the trampoline. Yeah, that's exactly right, Raz. That is exactly how a parent reacts. Yeah, the waiting. Imagine the waiting. Like 2 or 3 minutes feels like forever, never alone 2 days. But obviously it's only 6:30 p.m. here now in Australia, so I'll keep looking as the night goes on and more of you wake up. Move over here, Sharon, tell your husband and grandbabies to pack up. I would in a heartbeat, Priscilla. The only thing that sort of makes me think, hell no, is the amount of people that shoot each other and the amount of murders. Like, I would be petrified. all the time. Like we have them over here too, but we're not allowed to. I'm just going to shut this door because these girls are getting giggly. Although it is lovely to hear laughing little voices. Yeah, the amount of serial killers there's been in America over the years, it freaks me right out. Israel Keys, like with his kill kits, and yeah, it's a lot, isn't it? But yeah, I would love to come over. I've got to see all these places I want to go to, and in Tennessee, Colorado. I was saying earlier today, I'm not into the whole Vegas. I'm not a Vegas type of girl. I sort of like natural landscapes and all that sort of thing more than that scene. Although the Grand Canyon is on the list, you know, all the beautiful places. And everyone says, oh, you've got to go to New York. But honestly, I don't think it's me. Like, I don't think I would enjoy it. But anyway, I agree about how mothers act. But then there's the lesson we learn with Lindy Chamberlain. Absolutely, Mamma Mia. You know, I still think about that case all the time. All the time. And what that family went through. If you move over there, Sharon, I'll come over and visit you. Okay, Debbie. I honestly don't think I could leave Australia full time. I don't know. I don't think I could. I know for a fact I can't get my husband to leave this town, never alone the state or the country. He was born in this little town. He's never been on an aeroplane in his life, and he's never been to a really big rock concert like, you know, like a big arena concert. He's not into any of that. He's a real country bumpkin. He goes, his idea of the best holiday ever is to go out further into isolated bush, a bit like Brian Laundrie. And I want to go to visit family in Sydney and walk around Sydney Harbour and go shopping and them sorts of things. So we're quite different. But I still love living in the country, if that makes sense. It sounds stupid, doesn't it? If you move Virginia, yes, and mountains. Oh my God. Heartland. Do you know every school holidays my girls watch Heartland over and over and over? I hope there's a new season out before the next school holidays. He's a real country bumpkin. And his mum lives across the road from us, where she's lived for like 60 years. Across the road and 3 doors up, my mother-in-law lives. And she keeps us on our toes now. She's getting on a bit, so she needs a fair bit of help. So it's handy. Like, it's good that we can just run over there and check on her every day. Yeah, we're in heaps flat country too, Raz. And they grow mainly around here canola, wheat and barley are their main crops. And there's lots of sheep and scattering of cattle. Not heaps and heaps of cattle around here, but in patchy spots, lots of people have cattle, studs. You need to see the clip I took of a cow laughing out loud. A cow that got out. Oh no. That sounds tricky, Priscilla. I'm hoping you got it back in. Hi, Gamer Guy. Yeah, I was over in Scott's chat, but I had to go because I was getting, I don't know if any of you were in there. I think you were in there, Gamer Guy, because I said hi to you. I was just going in and out because I was getting a little bit frustrated. They had that one caller person in, and I've actually heard her on YouTube before talking the same shit about the water being photoshopped into photos when the kids were at, I don't know. Soon as she said, that was the first time she'd seen Scott H's channel, and she hadn't done YouTube, like looked at YouTube before. I knew straight away she was full of it. I don't know whose channel it was, but she's been on several other channels trying to spin. Like, honestly, I think she really believes what she thinks, and that's okay, but nothing, I don't want to put the poor woman down, but yeah, I was just getting frustrated and I left. Not because of Scott and Penny and John Q and Q, but they're over there talking shit anyway. They're having a blast. I'm sure they won't miss me if I left. Priscilla's going to send me an email. So why aren't you guys in bed sleeping? I rarely ever come on this late because I know everyone's asleep. Yeah, Daisy, we don't have the amount of murders, but we don't have the why can't I talk? We don't have the population either that America has, and we have really, really, really strict gun laws. My son has a firearms license, but you should see his safe. It's like Fort Knox. Yeah, it's 2:30 in the morning. Why are you still awake, Raz? You're a night owl just like me. Although the last 3 days, just with all this bipolar emotion, up and down drama that's going on with Summer's case and YouTube in general, by 9:30 at night, my brain is exhausted. You know, the emotional roller coaster of, and then today I was really, really upset for Chase and 423 Chase, and the emotion in his little video got to me really bad. And you wouldn't be human. Like, it's all right for people to say, oh no, you've got to toughen up and this is part of it. I get that it's part of it. That's why I'm passionate about it. And I deal with it in my own way. But there'd be something wrong with you if you were following these cases like we all do and it didn't affect you. You would be one tough cookie or a psychopath. It's just horrible. And this little guy is such a little cutie, and he visually looks like little AJ that went missing here in Australia. You know, Down Under Crime Talks, I was stunned to see how many women and children and some men were killed in SA from DV over the years. It's in the hundreds. In Australia, Mamma Mia. Yeah, there would be a lot that we don't ever hear about, I'm sure. Like heaps and heaps we never hear about. But now I'm doing this, I don't know what's going on in Australia half the time. Like hubby come home today and he's talking about the numbers of the bungalowitis in Victoria. And he said, did you see how many there were today? And I'm like, no. He said, oh, that's right. It's in Australia, isn't it? You wouldn't have a clue. He's forever taken the piss out of me, but in a fun way. I sent it on Facebook. Okay, Priscilla, I'll have a little look. And for those of you who weren't on the live today, oh, they've ended it, have they? No, they're still going, these 4. This is a marathon. Scott and Penny in them on Messenger. It drives me insane. I've got to go into 3 different things to get to my proper emails for, because I have my sewing email. Then I have like the family email, which all goes through Messenger. You're going to try and send something, Priscilla? Or did you send it to the email? In South Australia. I never hear a lot of what goes on in South Australia, Mamma Mia. It just seems like we get news from, obviously, New South Wales, Melbourne, you know, big things that happen in Melbourne and Queensland, like the Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast. You rarely hear about anything that happens in Perth or in South Australia or the Northern Territory. And that's pretty shitty, really, isn't it? On a national basis, that we don't know what's going on in the whole of Australia. Yeah, well, look how Gabby Petito's case even made national news over here. Well, it did in New South Wales. And it was even on 60 Minutes. I still haven't watched it. I keep forgetting. Hi, Stella. I had a bit of free time and I wanted to do this one on Christopher Ramirez earlier, but I had to pick kids up from school and stuff. And I thought, even though everyone's asleep, I'm still going to come on. I'm sure someone will come and talk to me. I was being a little bit hopeful. You didn't know your town was in lockdown right now until someone told you. Are you kidding? That is bloody hilarious. Oh my God. I have to tell hubby that one. Am I allowed to tell him? I'll say, now you think I'm bad. Listen to this one. How are you, Stella? Are you doing good? I've got to catch up with Nita's last live too, because I was only in the beginning of it and then I had to do dinner and stuff. Yeah, so today we played 423 Chasers video, and the first time I watched it, I howled like a baby. And we watched the Laurie Vallow and Tylee Vallow videos of their investigation interviews. Very interesting, but very sad in hindsight, knowing now that Tylee has passed away. That's good, Stella. I hope you guys are getting some rest. You and Griffey do so much for us creators, and I don't think we tell you enough how much we appreciate you and everything you guys do. Yous are amazing. I love you both to death. Yeah. So, Priscilla, you said you'll try and send it, but I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, yeah, and Shannon Georgia Peach is wanted me to give everyone a yell out and say sorry that she hasn't been in for a couple of days. She's got some family stuff she's taken care of. And she said, it feels like I haven't talked to you guys or been in chat for 2 months. And it's only been 2 days, but I will be back as soon as I can. And we get it. You know, you've got to take care of family first and look after yourself as well. So I told her I'd let everyone know, because you do notice when someone hasn't been around in the chat for a couple of days, like Ashley Marie. She popped in today, but I was only thinking this morning, oh, I haven't seen little Ashley for ages. Hi, Whispers from Heaven. How are you? Welcome. And that John QQ, I don't know if you guys have heard him. He's so funny. He tries to take my accent off and he'll say, oh, he's down under. And he tries to mimic me, and it's really funny. Oh, I love you too, Stella. I really had nothing major to talk about other than this little guy, little Christopher. Hopefully they find him while I'm still awake tonight. Yeah, I'm good. I had a really bad episode last night. We had takeaway and I got fish and it did not agree with me big time. So I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, but all good today. Yeah. Oh, Janet, are you still here? I was going to finish the story about the cat. She's a little devil. She got out, if Janet's still here, because she asked me what happened. I don't really know. She must have snuck out the sliding door when we're walking in with groceries or something. And she's, oh, you're here. Awesome. Yeah, so she's so fast, and she's a big fluffy, I think I've showed you a picture before, haven't I? A big fluffy rag doll. She's only 10 months old. And usually she only comes out when I'm hanging washing on the line or something. So she must have scooted out when I was walking in with groceries and I didn't notice. So then after dinner, I was asking everyone, do you know where Maisie is? Anyone seen Maisie? No. So for 2 hours, I was running around the backyard, up the side lane, up the street. The granddaughters are looking, couldn't find her. And I was just beside myself because she's just like my baby. And I go to walk down to the house from the studio because I thought, come up here, and searched again, thought she might have snuck in here somehow. And she's sitting at the sliding door waiting to go inside. And I thought, you little witch, like she's been sitting somewhere in the backyard just watching us. Because our backyard opens up so we can drive right through and then into a side lane. And I just thought, oh my God, being a rag doll, someone spotted her and kidnapped her. And yeah, it was really, really stressful. But she's home. Thank God. She did have a little adventure, but I just got so stressed out. And I thought, imagine if this was one of the girls, or, you know, and that's just the way I kept thinking for 2 hours. Like, how would you cope? It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And you had to put yours down, you said, Janet, and she was 18. I'm sure I read that back up in the chat a bit further. That's so sad. A friend of mine had a rag doll as well, and she had her for Nellie He. Oh, I'm so sorry. And nothing can replace them. Like, I know you can just go and get another cat, but we had our last little Jack Russell. We had him for 12 years before this one, and we were all gutted, like absolutely gutted, because he went into heart failure and he swelled up with fluid and he couldn't walk, he couldn't breathe, and he was in agony. So we made the decision, and we took his favorite balls with us to the vet, and he had his balls and everything, and he just looked so peaceful and at rest. So we had him cremated, and he's in our living room now with a great big hand-drawn portrait of him. The girls had done when they went to Indonesia on a holiday. Oh, them people are so clever. But yeah, we didn't get another one for about 18 months because he was like hubby's best little mate. He'd be the one going to work with him and garden the work vehicles and all that sort of stuff. So I totally understand how you feel. I have another 18-year-old. Wow, you must have the best home ever. I took her when he passed. She's been with me for 9 years, so I'm waiting to get any more, as she is loving being an only kitty. Oh, wow. I didn't even know cats could live to 18 years old. Because we've got a black cat we've had for 7 years, and I keep thinking she's really, really old. But she mustn't be. So is 7 like middle age for a cat, do you think, Janet? Because I don't know. Debbie says, neighbours lost a ragdoll cat, looked in our shed, not expecting to find it, wasn't expecting the mother cat and 4 kittens. I did find either. Oh, my God. Wow. Yeah, we were thinking about mating ours, like mating Maisie, because my daughter's got a male, but I wanted to get a fair bit older before I even think about it. Oh, she's a deviant though, Mamma Mia. I've got some videos of her and she just stirs up our older cat. I will actually work out how to get it off my phone and I will play it for you guys. Just on a recorded video because she's so naughty. 13 to 16 years old. So, Janet, you're doing something really, really special with your cats for them to live to 18. That's awesome. Yeah, how's Griffey, Stella? Has she been getting any sleep? She is talking. Oh, okay, cool. She's talking to Chip. Oh, that's a lot for Griffey, 4 hours. I swear every time I've messaged her, and I try not to annoy her in any way, because if she was asleep and one of us messaged her, I reckon she would wake straight up and be on it. But she needs to look after herself as well, doesn't she, Stella? Yeah, I can imagine, Janet. I'm a real animal. I just love them. And I'm such a sucker. Like the girls will say, oh, Nan, can we have this? And I'm like, no. And then an hour later, oh, I'll think about it. And then I end up giving in. So now we have 3 rabbits, 6 budgies. We've got the only cat we bought was Maisie 10 months ago or 9 months ago. The other 2 cats adopted us. They just come here and have never left. So that's Socks and Sooty. They're 2 black cats. And the 2 dogs and a lizard. Did I say the rabbits yet? 3 rabbits. Yeah, so it keeps us on our toes. You'll never annoy us, Sharon. I try not to, Stella, because I I know how much he's due for all of us. And, you know, normally I can play with things and try and sort them out. I only sort of really reach out when I'm about to headbutt the computer screen. Yeah, she does need to get some rest. But she says herself she's not a good sleeper at the best of times. She's told me that so many times. But yeah, let her know that we're all thinking of her and hoping she's getting some rest. It's nearly 7 o'clock. I bet you I'll be sitting down at the house thinking, oh, I wonder what she's cooking for dinner tonight. And I really should cook dinner because I didn't cook it last night. I just don't feel like it. Do you guys ever get like that? And you just like, stuff it. Someone else think about it for a change. I'm over it. And I get sick of trying to come up with something creative, like I'm really loving every second of it. It's like, here's food, eat it. I'm going, see ya. I've got to go and check YouTube. There might be updates. No, I'm not really that horrible. I try to put love into my cooking. God, I'm talking some crap, aren't I? Anyway, let's see if these other 4 are still going. I'd love to know how long they've been on for. They are still going. Seriously, I went live at 11:30 and Scott was on this morning. So that's 7 hours. They'd be well over 7 hours, I reckon, unless he stopped and then come back on again with Penny and I don't know, because it doesn't tell you how long it's been going for when it's going. That's a bloody long time. I don't think I could do 7 hours, guys. What's Janet cooking? Oh, my God. Frozen lasagna last night and leftovers today. I've only made homemade lasagna like from scratch like 3 times in my life. But, yeah, with the girls, the frozen lasagna is awesome. Just chuck it in the oven, have a bit of salad, bit of garlic bread. There you go, quick and easy. Yeah, your body can only take so much, can't it, Stella, before, and I know that just within myself, but I'm getting really old, so my body lets me know when I've had way too many awake nights. Like last night, I don't think you're all here today when I was, because I was sick from like 9:30 p.m. So the moral of the story was I wanted to be awake at 3:15 a.m. last night, this morning, whatever you call it, to watch the behavioural panel episode interviewing Don Wells. That was my plan. I had a little alarm set and everything to get up and watch it. So I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything. Now my voice has really gone croaky. And I was sick, like physically vomiting, from 9:30 till 2 a.m. And then I've just gone and lied down in bed. And the last time I looked at my phone, it was 2:45. So I must have went dead to the world in between 2:45 and 3, and I slept through. The alarm didn't even wake me up. So I missed it at that time, which I don't know why I was so worried, because it was absolutely shit. Don't you think? Has everyone seen it? Glasses just fell off my head. The moral of the story of that segment was to blame Chris McDonough and his sisters for kidnapping Summer. I feel old sometimes, Stella. Especially when you're trying to do young mum things with the girls. I just feel like, oh my God, I just don't have the energy. They deserve someone younger, you know, to run around the block with them and do all that sort of stuff. I'm like, yeah, no, I can't do that. Who's got, see? No, I think it was the fish I ate, Mamma Mia. We just got like local cafe food, and it might not have been, but whatever it was, it happened not long after I ate half a piece of battered fish, bush and chips. I love the way New Zealand people say bush and chips. I can't do it. Chips. Yes, we stayed up for dawn midnight. It was shown here. Okay. Yeah, it was 3:30 a.m. here in Australia. But what a crock of shit. It was the same rehearsed verbiage from everything he's ever said to anybody. And I can't wait for their analysis. But I'm telling you, if it comes back with praise and no deception, I'm going to lose it. Could you run down and get me 2 smokes, please?
We know it.
Bush and chops. Bush and chops. See, I can't say it properly, Deb. You're an actual Kiwi. Oh my God. I've been to New Zealand. We did a cruise and we did Dunedin. I loved the bottom island. And then we went all the way up to the top, Christchurch. No, I didn't go to Christchurch. Auckland, went Wellington. We went to the mud things. Return. Oh, I can't even think what they are now. Why do I go blank once I'm on alive? But I absolutely loved it. At the Isle of Pines, I got in a helicopter all on my own because hubby went on a deep sea fishing thing. And yeah, I'm that person who doesn't like to go to the supermarket all by herself. And hubby was blown away that I jumped off that ship and I went into the little town and I jumped on a helicopter because I wanted to see the hole in the rock thing. And it was awesome. I loved it. I love the whole lot of New Zealand. It's just so beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And we went to the Cadbury's factory in Dunedin. Is it still open? Does anyone know? It was so good there. Yeah, everyone was absolutely beautiful. Every single person. But it was like mid-January to late January. And it was 12 degrees in Dunedin. So we had to run around shops trying to get hubby a jumper. Quietly.
Are you in live?
Yes.
Oh. And it's not muted, is it?
No, it's not muted. She thinks she's funny. And it's not muted, is it? Anyway, yeah, I loved it. I want to go back again. But we want to fly back next time and rent Winnebago and just drive around and take our time and then go to the top island, do the same thing. There to be next to no critters living in New Zealand, especially to everything we have here. Really? What do you mean, like wildlife? Wow. God, we walk up, like in the next hour or so, there will be like rabbits running crazy around the back of my studio. And yeah, rabbits, foxes, like foxes don't just run through your yard. Like If you drive a couple of k's out the road, you'll see the odd fox, kangaroos jumping around everywhere. You have to be really careful, actually, with the roos on dusk and dawn. That's when they like to come out and play. Anyway, what fish? I really want. How can I want fish after I felt so sick after it last night? Sea life and some birds. No snakes. One sort of spider, no land mammals. Do you know I've never ever knew that? Wow. No snakes. At all, ever. That would be heaven. It's the worst part about spring and summer here in Australia. Although we've only ever had one in our little tight fenced off house yard. And that was enough. Hubby actually freaked out a bit. I think he was more freaked out because our two dogs were in the little house yard and he was trying to get them out of the way so they didn't get bit, as well as deal with the snake. Camping is a breeze. No spiders, flies, snakes, or anything to worry about. You're kidding. How do you not get flies? You know I'm going to Google this, right? I can't believe that. How did I not know that when I went to New Zealand? Oh, flies. They've already started and it's only October. It was so weird. I was trekking and instinctively didn't poke around in the bushes, but there's really nothing to worry about there. Wow. And it snows a lot there too, so maybe that's why. Maybe flies don't like snow. Because New Zealand won't get as hot as Australia does, would it? You can take out critters, raccoons, possums, rabbits, coyotes, coy dogs, foxes, squirrels, deer, occasionally bobcats, once in a while a cougar, billions of ticks and mosquitoes, snakes and spiders. Holy crap. And what about the bears? You forgot about the bears, Raz. Yeah, we don't have raccoons, but we have possums and rabbits, foxes, no squirrels. We have, well, deer. I've never seen a wild deer anywhere in Australia, but apparently in some places there are some. And I don't think we have bobcats or cougars. I know we have ticks in the coastal areas. We have mosquitoes everywhere, snakes everywhere, spiders under everything you pick up. Little fly. That's what I hate about wood carting. Like, I absolutely love our wood fire in the living room, but I do not like going to collect wood. I love snow for that reason. It keeps the bugs. There's deers near you, Daisy? Like, I've seen them in people's paddocks, like they're like sheep on a farm, but I've never actually seen a wild deer out in the bush. But they're, yeah, I know there is some. And they have wild camels too, don't they, Daisy? Up in the Northern Territory. Americans say Australia is full of killer things, but America sounds serious to me. It does, doesn't it? Like, you've got black bears and brown bears and, yeah, cougars, and we have drop bears in Australia. It's a little Australian joke, the drop bears. adder snakes and false widow spiders. So do you not have flies either in the UK? We've been ripped off. I'm learning so much right now. And that's what I love about this platform, that you can sit here and just learn so much about each other. We have some vicious critters here too, just like y'all do. I think they are just more spread out. Yeah, different areas have different little critters. And you need that evolving, what do they call it, cycle of life. One thing feeds off another. Whispers. England has all the sweet animals. Where did Peter Rabbit come from? Was he an England-based character? Beatrix Potter was the only bears here near me are koala bears. Yes, camels in North Queensland and Northern Territory and WA. Yep. And that's what broke my heart during every fire season when we do have bad fires, Daisy, and the photos of the poor little koalas and their burnt little feet and everything from the last lot. I don't know how people wouldn't have seen the photos of the fireys, like nursing the koalas and trying to give them water, and they'll all burn up. And yeah, what's your Christmas shopping? Oh, here's another organised, lovely little lady. Not me. Nope, that's not me. I'm that one that decides to go Christmas shopping on Christmas Eve. And I'm that nutter who gets home around 8:30 at night and then has to cook, then has to wrap, and I never ever sleep on Christmas Eve. But guess what, guys? You've now prompted me, Daisy. I'm going to start this week. I'm serious. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be the most organised Christmas Eve this year. I'm going to actually enjoy it. With the cooks around his head, is like, oh, yeah, you got that right, Debbie. Oh, Christmas shopping. Yeah, now is the right time to start too, because it's not too hot yet. It's actually been really cold still. So I'm going to get onto that in the next week, get it sorted. Peace for Denise. Hi, Peace for Denise. I know I don't normally come on this late, but I was actually a little bit bored. And I wanted to play. I was just going to play the Christopher Ramirez thing and then just jump off. But a few people come in, so I've been here for how long? An hour and 4 minutes. I thought if no one comes in, I'll just jump straight back off. But yeah, back to shopping, Daisy says. You caught my attention with the missing boy. I hope so, Denise, because I really, really hope he's just sitting in the woods somewhere and can't be found, and it's not a sinister one like the rest of them have been. There's one, hi Orchid Star. There's one 23-year-old Brian and all his manpower money, the works. Yet all our babies get none of this media. It's disgusting. It really is, Orchid Star. How many millions have been spent on trying to... The last time I heard them do an update on how much money they've spent looking for Brian, it was 1.3 million so far. and look at all the toddlers that are on the missing lists now. And like, I don't begrudge Gabby's case whatsoever, and I feel for her parents, and I'm right there with them, and but there needs to be something put in place so all kids get the same amount of attention nationwide. I really do think that. Oh, we have crocodiles, not in New South Wales though. But yeah, he's such a little cutie, isn't he, little Christopher? Gorgeous little boy. And we were saying, Orchid Star, how the mum in the press conference said she took her eyes off him for 2 minutes and she believes someone has taken him. Like, how similar is that to Summer Wells's? Although this lady is emotional and beside herself and hysterical, thousands of babies taken every month, and no a fraction of this on media or the police doing any of this. Please be enlightened on crisis actors. They surround Summer's vigils and they're in on the laundry case. Yeah. Christopher is from Plantersville, Texas. And he went missing at 2 p.m. on Wednesday the 6th. So it's into the second day now. And they've got Tim Miller's there from Texas I always get this tongue-tied, EcuSearch. And he's got his whole team there helping out as well. I don't know, peace for Denise. I only seen the mum on the footage I've seen. I haven't seen the dad on any media as yet, but I'll keep looking during the night. I really wonder though, the dog injured Christopher and they checked dog for blood, etc. Yeah, the dog come back later that night, it said on the news clip. Not straight away, but later that night. And I just thought, would a dog leave a kid, and why wouldn't the little fella have followed the dog? That part of it I was a little bit iffy about, because most kids would, if they were on their own just with a pet, they would go where the pet went, wouldn't they? So that was a little bit red flaggy to me, that the dog did come back by himself, unless the little boy couldn't keep up with the dog or something, I don't know. But they've searched waterways and ponds and different things as well, and he's not in any of them, so hopefully they find him alive, safe and well. Hope they find him and it's not a runaround. Yeah, we need some good news for a change, guys. Yeah, the dog could have definitely been trying to defend the little boy. I know our dogs do. Jeez. Especially, so we've got the Jack Russell and we've got a little white fluffy Maltese Terrier, and the little white cute fluffy one is the dangerous one. Like, he has bitten the pizza delivery guy, and a couple of hubby's work colleagues have got snapped around the ankles. He just doesn't like people coming near the house. I know, Denise, peace from Denise. Yeah, I just want him found too, so it doesn't end up another summer. yes, Stella, we definitely need good news. And yesterday, there was another one yesterday, the little, and I didn't even get time to do a thumbnail slide, and they found him. So he was left in a car by mum, 1-year-old little boy. I can't remember where it was now, in America. And she's gone into the shops and left him in the car, keys in the car and all. And some lady comes along and just drives away with the baby in the car. So they put out an Amber Alert with the vehicle. They had really good camera footage of the lady approaching the car and everything too. And they found the car abandoned. I think it was only like 2 hours later, and the little guy was sound asleep in the car, thank God, safe and well. So that was good. So let's hope little Christopher's found quickly as well. I wonder if that was the same one, Raz. Never. But the younger mums do it all the bloody time, Daisy. It's actually a criminal offence and they can be charged for it. Even leaving your dog in your car, you can be charged for it. Wow. Yes, girls.
I'm going to have a sleepover at tonight.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you too.
Have a
Bye.
good life.
I will.
We will watch you.
No.
Yeah, we watch
No, I'm going off in a minute anyway.
We'll just rewatch it.
Oh, they're cheeky. Now I've got no kids for the night, guys. How good is that? That church isn't a church. No, it's not. Not my sort of church anyway. And you guys are aware of what's happened with the cease and desist from WJHL. If you see my last couple of videos, you would know about it. It is the worst. Now you can party on YouTube down under. I know. Oh. Yeah, the little one's gone to her dad's for the weekend, and the older one's having a sleepover at her girlfriend's place with her and her mum. So they only live half a block away, so she could be back at any time though. Isn't what fair use? Daisy, it is in Australia illegal. Yes. Yeah, leaving your kids in the car. Remember there was that big thing a couple of years ago, Daisy, Mamma Mia, especially in Sydney, where parents were leaving their toddlers strapped in vehicles in parking lots of hotels and stuff while they went in to play poker machines. It was, yeah, all the time. It seemed like every second day there for a while they were having more people arrested. No, Daisy. So it is fair use, and Chasing Truth and Michelle After Dark both got cease and desists, but no one else. It was because they shared the video, and actually Chasing, she cropped out Ainsley Daniels and everything and just used the bits of Donald talking. and she copped a cease and desist. But the channels that have streamed the entire thing, like myself, because I've only got, small, tiny amount of subs, didn't bother them. But I don't think it was the fact that they used their footage. I think that's irrelevant. There's something deeper going on there. Big time. It's just a bit sus to me that the channels that have used it and used the whole lot of their footage, wouldn't you think it would be a blanket effect that everyone would be in trouble? And their parent companies that are now televising 8 hours straight of the search for Brian Laundrie. There are YouTube channels, me included. I tried to do it the other night, but I couldn't stay awake, with the live streaming of an actual news station's footage on the search for Brian Laundrie, owned by the same companies, but they're not in trouble. There is something about them two channels in particular, because I haven't heard whether there's any more channels that have received these letters, that they want them to back off in particular. And what it is they want them to back off from, I don't know, but they've just put major red flags upon themselves by doing that, let's just say. Yeah, absolutely, Daisy, there is. They're either getting too close to something, I don't know. Yeah, Raz. It's just crazy. And poor little 423 Chase, he's lobbed in there this morning, and they've admitted it and lost their shit. Hang on, guys. Yeah, so I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, the cease and desist. But yeah, little 423 Chase, he's lost it this morning on his little video after he left there. The emotion was coming from deep inside, the frustration. It really does, doesn't it, Mamma Mia? It works in crazy ways. Orchid Star says, all I have to say about that is look up the elite. They're involved in this. Yeah, in very high circles. It's demonic grounds. It's literally on an old serpent engraved in the ground that's miles long. Wow. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I better go and get some dinner ready for this hubby. But guess what? He just informed me he's going on a little hunting trip tomorrow. So I'll be able to YouTube all day. But I will come back on later if I find out any info on little Christopher. I'll be glued to the wires. And thanks for coming in. I know there's not many of us in, but it was great fun. Love catching up with people I miss earlier in the day. And I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Thanks, guys. See ya.